beautifuls, this is Aromie here, and welcome back to Serendipity of Aeons, well, Mystic Destiny Serendipity of Aeons. Sorry, I always call it Serendipity of Aeons in my head, even though there's two other words in front of it. But I don't really remember what's going on. So, good thing this is saved. Ask Galen what he is. Hey Galen, just what are you exactly? The question tumbles out of my mouth before I can really think about it. A demon. What? Really? So he's a demon? Wow, so they don't... Excuse me, burped. So they don't look at all like what I expected. Though I'm not sure what I was even expecting a demon to look like. The sound of laughter stops my train of thought. I look at the two men. Shinji looks quietly amused while Galen is just laughing out loud. He stops laughing and looks at me with that devilish smile of his. No, not really. Wait, so he tricked me? What I am is rather personal, don't you think? He floods to my cheeks when the realization hits me. I was being so nosy. To just ask someone what they are like, especially someone you're not very close with, it's so rude. I'm so sorry. I just blurted something like that out without even thinking. I didn't mean to be rude. I'm sorry. Galen chuckles. It's fine. Galen pushes himself up to his feet. Now that's that settled, I'll be on my way. Get some things to do. Got some things to do. Toodles poodles. What? Toodles poodles? Without waiting for a reply, Galen practically floats out of the room. I'm not quite sure I'll ever get used to him. I turn to Shinji only to find him staring at me with a thoughtful look on his face. As our eyes meet, he smiles. I have something that I need to tell you. What a coincidence, I've got something to tell you too. Oh? We should go somewhere else to talk then. Somewhere nicer. We should go to the sound of a phone ringing cuts him off. Shit, sorry, hold on. He quickly pulls out his phone from his pocket and answers. Hey, what's up? Oh? Cool, gotcha. Why? Well, we just had I can only hear a very faint voice coming from the other end of the line, which doesn't help me guess who Shinji is talking to. Could it be something shady again? Shinji sighs. I can see him glancing at me. Should I be worried? Alright, fine, you win. We'll be there in a bit, see ya. Wee! So he's taking me with him to a shady business deal? Shinji hangs up and turns to look at me. I'm sorry, it looks like we have to go somewhere before anything else. Or it'll be the end of me. Well, what? Shinji, if this is something that dangerous, are you sure you want to do it? I mean, I'll go with you no matter what. But if it's something that could get you killed... Shinji stares down at me and slowly blinks. What are you on about? Something seems to click in his mind before I can answer. He chuckles. It's nothing shady. It was just show. We finally got back home and got everyone together. Like, right now. And he wants us to come. We can go out together and talk after that, though. Oh! Right. Sure, yeah. Totally not shady business. That's fine. Just hearing the words talk later come out of his mouth, I feel an immediate rush of relief. I released a breath I didn't realize I was holding and smile up at him. Yes, we can definitely talk later. I know. I shouldn't put it off, but I don't want to tell him. To tell him to stop this fantasy of maybe his mom isn't bad. Like, mom as in the lady, the evil lady. Not the lady at Avalon. I pushed the remaining dread down and locked it away. Ignoring your problems never works, but delaying just for a little bit won't hurt. And I need some time to mentally get ready myself for the possibility that he might agree to do it. Wait, what are we doing now? I forgot. I'm well aware of the selfishness of the situation, but I don't want to lose a friend. Excuse me. Well, I'm burping pizza rolls. So sorry. While on the way to Shinji's show sent me a text asking us to pick some stuff up. So we had to stop by a shop to pick a bunch of stuff. Snacks, drinks, and whatnot. Shinji wanted to carry out the bags at first, but I got him to give me some. It's sweet, but really, I can carry stuff too. He doesn't have to carry all the burdens by himself. As we get closer to their apartment, I can't help but wonder out loud. So, do you know what Sho is actually up to? He laughs. No idea. Last time Sho called me up like this, he put on a show and acted out all the roles for me. Oh really? That sounds like fun. I'd like to see him on stage someday. At my comment, Shinji smiles, and for once it actually reaches his eyes too. Huh, that's rare. I'll ask for some tickets to a play sometime then, and we can go. We stop in front of the door and he looks to me. I got too much shit in my hands. Can you grab my can you grab my key? It's in my jacket pocket. I move to dig around in his pocket. We're so close I can smell him. I place one hand on his arm to steady myself. Hello? He's warm. So warm. And hard. Holy hell! How did I not notice before? A shiver runs down my whole body as images of Shinji without a shirt on suddenly flood my mind. I'm assuming we're gonna get a CG art maybe of him shirtless sometime soon because she's hyping this up. And I'm not ready for it. Just feeling how hard his arm is, I can't help but wonder about the rest of him. Wherever my train of thought was going, it's broken by the sound of Shinji clearing his throat. Cheeks flaming with embarrassment or perhaps something else, I look up at him. He doesn't say anything, but I can see the quiet amusement dancing in his eyes. Finally remembering myself, I quickly grab the keys out of his pocket and unlock the door. As I open the door, the sound of familiar voices reaches us. We only make it a step through before Sho rushes to greet us, with a big smile threatening to split his face in two. Finally, you're here! I only managed to blink and Sho's already grabbed the bags I was holding from my hands. This way, let's get everything over to the kitchen area. It reminds me so much of an eager puppy that I barely managed to hold back a giggle. Hey, Sho. Sorry we're late. Your shopping list was too long. Sho looks seriously scandalized. What? Too long? How dare you say such scandalous things, sir? I look between them, Sho looking like Shinji just insulted his ancestors, and Shinji looking completely deadpan. I'm torn between joining them or just laughing. If you want, I can scandalize you even further, you peachy chicken. Peachy chicken? What? I try not to laugh at the name, but one look at Sho's pouty face, and I can't hold it in any longer. So mean. Sho sniffles and Shinji interjects before I can respond. Yeah, Michiko, you're so mean. Laughing at Sho like that. This time it's my turn to pout. Shinji, you traitor. Traitor? I don't know what you mean, dear lady. I'm a completely neutral party. You're a little shit is what you are, dear sir. Joe laughs so hard that for a moment I worry that he might drop the bags. It's nice to see that you haven't changed, Shinji. I see a strange expression flash on Shinji's face, one that I don't quite catch. He chuckles and rolls his eyes. Stop talking like you've been gone for 100 years. But it has been absolutely ages since we all saw each other. Eh? But we saw each other on New Year's. That's pretty recent. Joe does a dramatic, almost frantic little wave. No, it's been ages. I barely manage to catch it, but Shinji lets out a little sigh. He then smiles down at Sho. Alright, ages and so on. Come on then, enough standing around. We need to get these snacks out before there's a riot. As Sho and Shinji finally get a move on to the kitchen area, I follow along, my eyes drifting towards Sho. I can't help but feel that there's something off about him today. One glance at Shinji and I'm sure that he's seen it too. Keep burping. The only conclusion I can come to is that Sho is using this party to distract himself from something. Good idea there, buddy. I try not to sigh and put on a smile instead as I join the others. Oh well, when in Rome, right? We're not in Rome though. I sit on the armchair armrest next to Emmy and she grins at me. Took you too long enough to get here. Joe and Shinji hand out drinks and put out snacks for everyone. Joe sent us a really long shopping list. He wanted some special treat meal of peaches, which took us ages to find. Emmy nods along to my explanation and giggles. Joe and his peaches, I bet you he tastes like them too. Holy cow, okay, I don't know what you know about that, but okay. I nearly choke on my drink at her words. What? Emmy, jeez. That's the first thing that comes to your mind? Well, I mean, you're probably not wrong. Joe does seem to eat, live, and breathe peaches. I know, right? Our little party finally kicks off with a bang as Takumi shoots off confetti into the air. No one bothers to ask where he even got such a thing or why he had it with him. The guys get settled around the coffee table and Takumi digs out a deck of cards out of his vest. It seems that even Tetsuya is joining in on the card game this time. Sometimes I wonder if being prepared for everything and anything isn't just Takumi's power. The thought suddenly makes something click in my head and I remember the earlier assumptions that I had about Takumi. Hey Taku! I call out and Takumi looks up from dealing out the cards. Yeah? So, I can't believe I forgot to ever tell you this before, but I glance at Shinji, who looks quietly amused as always. Remember back when Cillian was following me? Yeah? Well, due to some things, like him not actually saying who the damn prince he meant was, we actually thought it was you for a bit, that you were a fae. On my words, I could swear that I actually see Taku's eyes start to actually sparkle. Really? He pouts. Well, that's Shinji, but... The sparkle returns. I could still be a half-fae, right? Maybe? A strange thought comes to mind. Does he really not want to be human? Well, I guess something like that. Doesn't quite work like that, dude. If a fae has a child with a human, the child will be born as a mage. Tetsuya looks towards Shinji with a curious expression. So the fae are the opposite of dragons in that sense. Shinji nods. Yeah, if a dragon has a child with a human, they were born as a half-dragon, and the line will remain unchanged. He glances at Tetsuya, who nods in confirmation. Really? Huh, that's interesting. So I guess if I had a kid with Tetsuya, it would be a half-dragon? I blink. No, wait, why am I thinking about having kids with Tetsuya? I shake away the thought and refocus on the discussion before me. Everyone's attention is on Shinji and Tetsuya. The cards lay on the table long forgotten. But with Fae, it doesn't really work like that. The child will be born human, and if the human parent was already magical, then the child would become so. So the line will be magical, but human. Not really having anything to say, I quietly sip on my drink. Wait, so if you and Michiko had a child, it would be a human then? And choke. Well, what? Emmy grins up at me, a strange glow in her eye. Ooh, think of how cute that baby would be. What? Emmy, not you too. What? Your baby would be so seriously cute. I can't wait to be an uncle. Shinji snorts. You're already an uncle though. To a whole bunch of kids, I might add. Joe's eyes suddenly turn teary and his lower lip quivers almost pitifully. But, he throws Shinji the biggest puppy dog eyes I've ever seen. Ugh, I'm so glad he's not looking at me like that. That's way too cute to resist. It is really cute, to be honest. And it seems that Shinji isn't exactly immune to it either. He sighs and rubs his eyes. Alright, fine, you can be an uncle. With those words, all of Sho's poutiness is magically washed away. Yes! I'll be the favorite uncle. I don't want to comment any further on this bizarre conversation, so I'm more happy when Takumi suddenly reminds everyone of the forgotten poker game. As the night goes on, everyone gets steadily drunker, and yet another person joins us, Asao. But not much talking can be done as he immediately ends up getting roped into a drinking competition with Takumi. No matter how much fun I'm having though, I just talking and watching the others. There is a feeling I can't shake, even through my countless smiles and laughter, even with the temporary moments where I get distracted enough to forget. It's always there. I feel sick, like I might throw up. My heart feels cold and heavy, but I force myself to smile through it, through everything. No matter what, I will have to tell him in the end, after this all ends. I glance at Shinji and sigh. Don't think about it. Later, just don't think. I do my best to remind myself to just breathe. Possibly sensing my uneasiness, Emmy draws me into a conversation. She starts telling me about some of the more wild things that happened during her art classes. The night goes on much like this, and I'm not sure how much time passes, but the festivities end with Takumi and Asao passed out cold. Takumi is happily snoozing away on the couch, and Asao is sprawled out on the floor, half of him under the coffee table. Emmy stares down at him and gives him a little kick on his side. Asao just grumbles in his sleep and turns over. Oh well, guess I'll just leave him here. I watch her pull out a pen from her pocket and doodle a rather impressive mustache on Asao's face. Isn't he going to be pissed off when he wakes up? Emmy grins up at me. Oh, I'm counting on it. This is my revenge for last week anyway. Last week? Yes, he broke my favorite pencil with his fat ass. So this is revenge. When she finally stands up, Emmy bounces over to me and throws her arm around me, pulling me into a tight hug. I stiffen in her arms, feeling awkward and lost. Do I hug her back, or... If there's anything you ever want to talk about, or if you just need someone to listen to you rant, call me, okay? She is the best. Can I get a friend like you? Her voice is quiet and gentle in my ear. I move to hug her back, just as tight. Thanks, Emmy. Pulls back and winks. Let's hang out soon, Michiko. Yeah? Yeah, that'd be great, actually. I could actually use some girl time, I think. Emmy and I say our goodbyes, and she leaves with a spring in her step. How she still has any energy left is something beyond me, but I don't question it. I look around the place. Takumi's sleeping on the couch. It's down on the floor. Sho nowhere in sight, probably off to his room already. And Shinji quietly finishing up cleaning the place up. I know I need to talk to Shinji, and I know that the guys are all passed out cold, but I can't help but worry about being overheard. Hey Shinji? He looks up at me from cleaning the kitchen counter. Yeah? Could you walk me home? We could talk about whatever it is we both wanted to talk about there. I glance at the two sleeping figures and Shinji's eyes follow my line of sight. He nods, seeming to understand my worries. Sure, I'll just leave a note so Sho doesn't freak out, and we can go. With the note left behind, the two of us quietly head to my apartment. The walk to my place ended up being very quiet, with neither of us saying anything at all. I feel the safest in my own room, and for what I'm about to say, I decided to take comfort from whatever I can get. Wait, is this his first time being in a room? Shinji follows me in with a curious look in his eyes. Sorry, I know it might be awkward to just bring you right into my bedroom like this, but did my bedroom get clutterier? I sigh. I just call it a silly favor, if you will. Or just call it, not I call it. I don't think it's silly. If this is where you want to talk, then sure, I don't mind. And she plops down on my bed with a little bounce. Hey, why are you making yourself comfortable? Why didn't you sit in this chair here? Huh? Seeing him like this here in my bedroom brings a whole different kind of nervousness to light. I swallow it down and join him on the bed. Okay. All while being very aware of the distance between us. Looking at him, I take a deep breath. I should just say it first, just to get it over with. This is gonna be a surprise to me too, because I clearly do not remember what she wanted to talk to him about. So, yeah. With the intention in mind, I open my mouth only to realize that I don't really know where to start. A lump forms in my throat. Why is this so hard? I want to sigh. If Shinji goes first with his thing, it might help. Maybe. I don't even know anymore. I clear my throat. You go first. You said you wanted to tell me something? I like you. Eh? Yeah, I know. You told me already. I'm happy that you finally like me enough to consider me a friend. Do you like me? Or do you like me? There's a difference. Shinji lets out a long sigh. Yes, but no, you don't get it. I think I do, but no. No, don't give me any weird hopes. Alright, so maybe just like is a strong enough word for it. What? Shinji, what? Just let me talk for a bit, please. I love the music. So cute. Anyway, I nod, a frown already forming on my face. At first, I admit that I didn't think much of you. Seriously? Ouch. But I knew that already, I guess. Yeah, my feelings were hurt way long before already, so it's cool. You were just another person to help, another person that needed something. Wow. Okay, you did what you had to do, but that's it. You seem to be lost in apathy. Even your aura came dulled. It's like you had no interest in living beyond what was required of you. But then something changed in you. Whatever it was, you started to slowly become vibrant. More vibrant than I've ever seen you look before. You were strong enough to pull yourself out of it, and that's something I really admire about you. Shinji, that's... Didn't I pull myself out because I started having feelings for Shinji though? Shinji shakes his head, wordlessly asking me to let him finish. Before I realized it, I started noticing all the little things about you. How you always have the cutest stationery, which you try not to show off. Or how you doodle little weird flowers in your notebook when a professor is in the middle of lecturing. Oh my god, you notice everything like that? He laughs. It's warm and gentle and different from his usual laughter. And you always make the strangest faces when you're in deep thought. You probably don't even realize how truly expressive you are. It's so cute. Oh, my cheeks flush with heat. What's he doing watching me that closely? Yeah, you creep. And before I knew it, I found myself always looking for you. You took the chance and you opened yourself up to me. You let yourself be vulnerable, but you still remain strong. Ugh, why must he notice all the embarrassing things? It made me want to be like you. Seeing you like that, how brave you are, it made me want to be open with you too. So I'll try. Despite my own embarrassment, something finally clicks. Wait, so you'll I'm in love with you. Oh my god! The moment we've been waiting for, guys! I freeze. My heart hammers away at my ribcage as if desperately trying to escape. I can't breathe. No, I can't even remember how to breathe. Shinji watches my reactions with curious eyes. My mind races a mile a minute. I should be happy about hearing him say it. I am happy. But the feeling of happiness is corrupted by utter dread. It's latched onto me like a parasite I can't rip away. If I tell him, he might feel compelled to agree. Especially. Yes, especially since he'd be helping who knows how many people. Even if it's entirely... Oh, we had to tell him about him being the king. I now remember. Even if it's entirely selfish, I don't want him to disappear from my life. I can't escape my own thoughts. I've always tried to be good, to not be selfish, but if only for tonight I want to be. Even if only for tonight I want to forget everything. I don't think you should. You should tell him, or else he's gonna be upset you didn't tell him prior. Snapping myself out of my frozen state, I move forward. Oh, damn it! I became selfish in the wrong time. My lips crash into his. So needy, desperate. His lips, they taste so bittersweet. Strong arms wrap around me, pulling me into his lap. My hands on his chest, his roaming... Hey, keep your hands to yourself! His roaming my body, rough fingers glide against my skin. I sigh into the kiss. We break apart for the briefest of moments to create a pile of clothing on the floor. Hello? Whoa! Isn't this a bit too much? You guys are going mad fast. I'm blaming on the alcohol. Because I would totally not do this. I push against his chest, shoving him down on the bed. Shinji falls back with a little bounce as the bed creaks. He looks up at me with a grin and pulls me down onto him with no warning. I fall onto him. Okay, yeah, I read that right. For a short second, I wonder if we might break my bed tonight. But then I realized that I don't even care even if it does. Okay. With Shinji's big hands on... Hello? On my thighs and my hands on his hard chest, our eyes interlock. We find our rhythm easily. It's so natural, so effortless to be like this, that it feels as if our bodies were made to perfectly fit each other. I spend the night memorizing every inch of Shinji's skin, the expression and the sound he makes for me when I find just the right spot. I hope you guys are mature for this, by the way. I don't know if there will be a next time, but in the moment, all that matters is our bodies melt together like this. We go again and again until we can't go anymore. We fall asleep in a tangled mess of limbs. Ugh. Too exhausted to do much else and quietly bask in each other's warmth. Shinji takes up most of my bed, so I end up falling asleep on top of him, listening to his steady heartbeat. I wanted a CG of a kiss, at least. I'll probably get it later then. The smell of something sweet lures me out of my slumber. I crack open my eyes and hiss at the sunlight streaming in through the window. Ugh, why does the sun have to be so damn bright? I sit up with a yawn. The sun refuses to stop shining on my face, so I'm forced to squint. Where's the off button for that thing? My sleepy brain kicks into high gear. I quickly realize that Shinji's no longer in bed with me. No way, he wouldn't just leave, right? At least not without leaving a note if he had to go. I look around my room, but there's no note in sight. Maybe he's out in the living room. I slowly push myself out of bed, not even bothering to wrap anything around my body. When I crack the bedroom door open, the smell of French toast hits me, making my stomach growl quietly. Girl, put on some clothes! I peek outside and see Shinji in the kitchen area. As if sensing me, Shinji turns to look. Our eyes meet and he smiles. I'm making some breakfast. Hope you don't mind. I laugh. Why would I mind? Yeah, there's no picture here because she's naked. It smells so good. So, do you plan to eat breakfast in the nude? Because if so, I'm all for it. Oh my god! Stop, Shinji! Shinji, stop playing with our hearts. The thought of him sitting across from me at the table watching me eat with that look in his eyes, while I don't wear anything at all. Well, what? No, I actually need a shower first. I hear him chuckle as I rush off to have a shower. I grab my clothes. I try to keep my mind from overthinking things from what I need to do. I finally head into the shower. When I finally get out of the shower and get dressed, I find Shinji sitting at the kitchen table. He looks rather peaceful, quietly enjoying a cup of coffee and reading something on his phone. When I walk up to Shinji, he looks up. Had a nice shower? Yeah, feels good to be clean. So... I sit down on the other side of the table, ignoring the plate of French toast in front of me. My stomach feels like it's filled with lead. I don't think I could stomach a single bite. So, would you like some chamomile tea first? Why can't I just say what I need to? He puts down his cup of coffee with a frown. This is getting ridiculous, Michiko. Just do it. Whatever is bothering you, you know you can just tell me, right? I take a deep breath and nod. Then I tell him everything that Sorcha had told me, with as much detail as I can remember. Oh, as you can see, it looks like you're pretty much the only viable candidate. He clicks his tongue. See, so that's her goal. Maybe it was all along. And I assume should I take the throne, she will also helpfully advise me on how to do everything. Because she's just nice like that. No ulterior motives with her at all. Yeah, no. There's no way I'm agreeing to that fucking bullshit. I stare at him, unable to believe my own ears. The reaction I was expecting from him was definitely not this. I had assumed that with how he is, he'd agree. Hell no, he's not gonna throw his life for this lady that is his mom, but he doesn't know her that well to do that. Even if it was just to help others who would be affected by the courts falling into chaos and war. I thought, with how nice you are, that you would accept. Shinji snorts. Me? Nice? I am not a nice person. I have no desire to help that woman. In fact, if I never get to see her again, then all the better. Whether it's the tone of his voice or just his words, I'm not sure, but I feel something inside me just snap. The way he constantly speaks about Sorcha, the way he dismisses her. She's not like Shizuka. If Shinji so wants her to be some evil villain, then I'd gladly give her my mother. Gladly give him my mother. He was always cold where Sorcha is kind and warm, distant where Sorcha has been endlessly loving and forgiving. If that's all, then... No, that is not all. You keep talking about her like that. You keep acting like she's evil incarnate, but you never gave her a single chance to prove otherwise. From the moment you met, no, even before, you haven't bothered to give Sorcha the tiniest sliver of a chance. You just rejected the very idea of her. What? Are you so terrified to be wrong about her that you can't even try? You just push and never let anyone in. No, I called you nice and I was wrong. You're a fucking asshole who can't deal with the fact that the world isn't as you thought it is, so it's easier to reject it. It doesn't actually matter to you that you're breaking her heart, does it? For his part, Shinji sits there, silently listening to my every word. He looks uncharacteristically surprised at my uncharacteristic yelling. When I stop yelling, he schools his features back into his usual expression. You're blinded by your own issues and assumptions. I shouldn't have to act towards Sorcha how you want me to. I don't trust the woman, haven't from the moment I saw her. So you're admitting it. You're admitting that you didn't give her a chance. Yeah, I admit it. I don't want to give her one. She doesn't deserve one. And if you stop thinking of that woman as your dream mother come true, then you'd finally see beyond how she presents herself. His words feel like a punch to the stomach. My whole body starts to shake. That was a low blow. Oh, was it? I didn't realize. You sarcastic. Sarcastic what? At least I don't meddle when it's not asked for. Ugh! Oh god, her eyes broke. That's not how it is at all. And go on, tell me, just how is it? You're just too distrustful, too stubborn, too unwilling to admit that Sorcha is just how she seems. There's no imagined plots, but get over yourself already. Once you get your head out of your ass, you can come talk to me again. But for now, you can just kindly fuck off. Get out of my house, well, my apartment. I can barely stop myself from flinching when I see the coldness flash in his eyes. The chair screeches against the floor as he stands up. Then you can take up any further tutoring sessions with Hikaru, if you need them. He bows mockingly. I'll fuck off now, as the lady wishes. With that said, I watch him leave in silence. The last thing I hear is the door opening and closing. He leaves my apartment without another word. I sigh and push back the feelings of wanting to go after him. No, I know I'm right. Maybe I shouldn't have yelled like that, but I know I'm right. But even though I know this, why do I feel like I've made a mistake? That's stressful. Wow. He told us he loved us, next day we just hate each other. Okay. It's been a little over 2 weeks since our fight. Shinji and I haven't spoken to each other at all. In fact, I've barely seen Shinji around. so we don't actually share that many classes. Admittedly, I don't even know all the classes that he has. I've never seen what his schedule looks like, although I'm guessing with what I do know that it's pretty insane. A few times I have seen Shinji, he's always looking so tired. Over the past few weeks, I've come to see that the fight I had with Shinji did get out of hand. I don't know if I should be waiting for him to come around or what, but I decided that I can't just sit around. I'm the one who started it, and I'll be the one to end it. Even though the fight did get out of hand, I know I wasn't wrong about one thing. Shinji can definitely be very stubborn when he wants to be, but I can be just as stubborn when I want to be. This might very well turn into a case of immovable objects meet unstoppable force. I head toward the business club room early enough that only Tetsuya should be there. I find Tetsuya working on something in the club room just as I had hoped, and this is where we're saving for today, because it's intense. Things are getting intense, guys. And I can't handle it. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.